as evidence of what happened that night. They ransacked and they found no money. They brought him back to the post, stripped him naked, had him tortured. They rained on him, all the officers rained on him, tortured him, hired a vehicle, put him in the vehicle and took him to his bank.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, and once again welcome to our channel Tebek TV Bamenda. We are bringing to you this crucial story from Buea, capital of the southwest region of Cameroon, where some 6 soldiers and policemen have been dragged to the legal department in Buea by the southwest branch of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission, headed by Tambe Tiku Christopher. Well, these government forces have been dragged to that department because they are accused of torturing a young man in Buea at a checkpoint, forcing him into their vehicle and labeling him as an Amba fighter and taking the sum of 400,000 francs CFA from him at gunpoint. He was forced into a vehicle and taken to a bank where he would do this money and handed over to the government forces. Well, Tambe Tiku Christopher has said that justice must reign and that the defaulters will be brought to book. And this is not the first time that such incidents are happening in Anglophone Cameroon, and this incident actually highlights the government forces' behaviors in Anglophone Cameroon. On several occasions, they've been accused by non-governmental organizations of human rights abuses in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Let's have a listen to Tambe Tiku Christopher. Hi there, welcome to Tebek TV Bamenda. If you are new here, consider subscribing to our channel for the latest updates, news and exciting content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be the first to know when we upload a new video. Your support means the world to us. Subscribe now and let's stay connected.
On the 10th of April 2025, we received a complaint from one in Care Pascal who had gone the previous night to watch football match around Biaka. After the match, on his way home, he was intercepted by elements of police, gendarmes, and the military around Butingi area. The police posts at Butingi. They asked for his ID card. He removed his ID and showed them. They were still not satisfied. One of them identified him and said he was the one who called the State Council, Magistrate Kane, to retrieve a laptop they had seized from him. And immediately the others accused him to be Amba. He said no. He has lived for the past 2 years around that vicinity. They were still not satisfied. The gendarmes and the military left their post and went to his residence where they met his junior brother and they asked for the wife. He said the wife had gone to Douala. They ransacked the whole house. We have got photos as evidence of what happened that night. They ransacked and they found no money. They brought him back to the post, stripped him naked, had him tortured. They rained on him, all the officers rained on him, tortured him, hired a vehicle, put him in the vehicle and took him to his bank that he should withdraw money. They insisted. Unfortunately for them, he was using a wrong PIN. So the transaction could not go through. They brought him back and asked his friends to contribute money, that he should contact his friends. He did that and they sent 250,000 francs. So he had 150,000 francs in his phone. Altogether, they collected 400,000 francs from him and they went and shared the money. As if that was not enough, the taxi they had hired, they insisted that he should pay for the taxi, 4,000 francs, which he paid. So the next day, he went and established a medical certificate on the state of his health and lodged a formal complaint before this office on the 10th of April We opened an investigation and identified 2 of the officers, police officers, who were on duty and who participated in the torture and extortion. We sought to know the head of the unit, which we finally got to the head of the unit, and he assembled all the officers who were on duty that particular evening and brought to this office. When they came to this office, they testified that they were part of the team that carried out the assault and, of course, the extortion of money. And I insisted, they wanted to give part of the money because they identified the respective amounts that they collected and they wanted to pay. They said the other officers, gendarmes and army, were out of station. I said, no, you are either paying the full amount or I will take action against you people. So they rallied on that same Friday, the 11th of April, 400,000 francs, which they brought to this office to defray all the amount which was collected from this young man. We have collected this money and for the victim in question, which of course we are keeping his identity for now, unless the appropriate time when he will be called upon to give his own evidence. We have insisted that as an office, we are putting a formal complaint to the legal department so that legal action should be taken against all the officers involved in this illegality. This is not the first time we have sensitized and warned against their actions, but seemingly they still continue, hoping that if they are caught in the process, they will look for the money and give back, and the act continues. It continues like that. So we cannot carry on in this type of an appalling situation. This is so disturbing that people are treated in an inhuman, degrading manner, where they are forced to remove money from their own wallet or from their phones and give to officers who are supposed to be the one protecting them. So this is evidence of the money, and this money will be tendered as evidence in court so that all the respective officers involved in this particular action should be dragged to court and sent to prison. That is the action that are going to be taken in the days ahead. The officers know themselves, and we have asked them to give us contact of the gendarmes and army. They are still keeping it away from us. Once they are dragged to court, they will be able to identify all the respective gendarmes and the army that worked with them that night or in that particular shift.